From the Delhi studios of Republic TV, it's time for Arnab Goswami on The Debate.
Arnab Goswami on The Debate at 10, powered by Amrita University, Puric and Lupizyme Plus.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. The very serious allegations, charges and the truth that is emerging about Parambir Singh is unending. And I have always said that the truth will come out. Lutyens media, are you hearing me tonight? The truth has a way of coming out. It will. It is becoming crystal clear with every passing day that the Parambir-Waze duo could well have been running allegedly a den of crime. Today, Parambir was once the Mumbai Police Commissioner till not long ago, has been booked with gangster Ravi Pujari. The truth about the extortion, the cheating, the blackmail, the unforgivable criminal conspiracy will soon be out. And all of those complicit will face the system of justice. But my question is tonight, why is the Lutyens media, which partnered with Parambir, which virtually worked very closely with him and with Sachin Waze when they were all working together to conspire against Republic, why are they blacking out the news about Parambir? Is it out of compulsion, convenience, or just pure panic? Or is it a combination of the three? Here's the story, and then we debate.
Facing the gravest of charges, ex-Mumbai Police Commissioner Parambir Singh has been slapped with a fourth FIR. This one that brackets him with dreaded gangster Ravi Pujari.
हमारी FIR परमवीर सिंह के अगेंस्ट, उसका जो परमवीर सिंह का पार्टनर है रवि पुजारी, उसके अगेंस्ट इनका जो नेक्सस चलाता था, इनका ऑफिसर प्रदीप शर्मा, राजकुमार कुतमिरे, एनटी कदम और जो उनके एक दो पुलिस कांस्टेबल्स थे जो इनके साथ सिंडिकेट में शामिल थे, उनके खिलाफ था। इन टोटल 28 एक्यूज्ड है इस केस में, जिसमें इनका जुबैर मुजावर करके भी एक इनका जो हैंडलर है काफ़ी बड़ा, जो बॉम्बे नहीं रहता, बॉम्बे के बाहर रहता है, उसका भी काम यही है कि लोगों को डरा के पैसे लेना, उसका भी नाम ऐसे है।
With his best man Sachin Waze facing his fate at Taloja jail with charges of terrorism against him, Parambir Singh has now been booked under the Arms Act.
This is not the first FIR that has been registered against Parambir Singh. Multiple FIRs have been registered and a single pattern that is essentially emerging of how Parambir Singh and his group, including Sachin Waze, operated in Maharashtra.
Similar to the cases prior to this, the modus operandi seems to be the same. File a fake case, plant fake evidence, extort a price in exchange for closure of the case. The Parambir-Waze duo may have just mastered the pattern.
Was arrested without any notice, without any summons, without any warnings or without any inkling. And obviously when I went to their office, he started right away. He said, I want 25 crores. Mr. Sachin Waze, Mr. Kazi and Mr. Howald. In hindsight, I can tell you this was just a posture because they would have arrested me even if I had agreed to. Because they knew I would never pay up the 25 crores. So their modus operandi was to keep filing FIRs after FIRs till I break down, and that's what they did.
Curiously and unsurprisingly, Lutyens media, who turned cheerleaders for the Parambir-Waze duo, has fallen into stony silence. Is it because they were accomplices to the Parambir-Waze racket, or is it because they are nervous about whose role in this racket is out next? Let's debate.
The manner in which Parambir and Vaze and this entire Mumbai police force at that time, at that level, was operating is truly horrifying. It's a blot on the system. It is a misuse of the criminal justice system. It is an abuse of the uniform. It was a den of crime. And it was essentially about fabricating evidence, filing false cases, and then the predictable series of extortion. And I think it's evident to everyone today that when that went out of hand with the Antilla case. I mean, they felt so emboldened that they stopped at nothing. One of the people joining me tonight is a victim. His name is Dilip Chabria. If you don't know him, I'd be surprised. He's one of India's most innovative car designers and founder of DC Design, victim himself, spent 120 days in jail on the false charges put against him by Sachin Vaze, who wanted to take crores of rupees from him, extort him. He's a very brave man to be coming out and speaking tonight. So proud of you, Dilip. Good to see you.
Thank you.
I have Swapnil Kothari, Saurabh Shah, Deshratan Nigam, Sanju Verma of the BJP, PK Jain, former additional DGP Maharashtra, Ketan Vaidya, and Sanjay Chadda on this very, worrying situation that we are in. But first, to our associate editor, Shawan, senior associate editor Shawan Sen. Shawan, can you tell us, because now that he has been booked along with a gangster Ravi Pujari, is that because the charges are that he was working together with the gangster in some form? Because people are, when you hear this, that was he working together with Pradeep Sharma and Ravi Pujari and Sachin Vaze? Was there some kind of a racket between them? Is that the charge?
Well, in fact, we have accessed the FIR copy that has been registered, and this FIR was registered just this evening. 28 accused. Accused number 1 happens to be the former Mumbai Police Commissioner Parambir Singh, and then you have gangster Ravi Pujari, Pradeep Sharma, who's also been named. Now, just a quick recap of the FIR and the multiple other FIRs that have been registered, and all of them have the same narrative. The narrative is very simple. You would have one person who would be threatened, against whom false cases would have been registered, and then the extortion gang would basically come into the picture. You would get gangsters actually calling the businessmen, asking them for ransom, and then you've had the extortion gang acting on the ground. That's the allegation that has been leveled against the former Mumbai Police Commissioner. Sonu Jalan, Ketan Tanna and several others have basically come together saying that it was on the behest of Parambir Singh that this extortion racket was operating, and not for just the last few years. Even when he was the Thane Commissioner, that's the time when there were several other allegations that have been leveled. And 3 other FIRs, one in Kopri police station, in Akola. Almost all of them businessmen have come forward. They are saying in that false cases were registered against them. They were being threatened.
And so, Sanju Verma, it's a serious situation, isn't it? It's a very grave situation. Can I put it simply to you, is the BJP in any way protecting Parambir Singh? I know you've said it before that you're not, but are you in any way protecting him for any reason? Because the nature of the charges here, extortion, Maharashtra Control of Organized Crime Act to extort money, builder Shyam Sundar Agarwal, false case registered under Makoka, cricket betting cases, extortion 2018, corruption allegations, Anti-Corruption Bureau 15 July, allegations of corruption against Parambir Singh, transfers of officers, bribes for not taking action against a person in a cheating case 2015, Sonu Jalan's complaint, allegation that you're asked to pay 15 lakh in 2017, 10 crore to Pradeep Sharma 2018. These are very, very, very serious charges. Very serious charges. And then Dilip Chabria, of course. Very serious charges. Sanju, what's the reality?
Yes. Arnab, I think I've had many run-ins with you on live television. Be that as it may, one thing that I'm extremely happy about is the fact that the witch hunt that Parambir Singh and Sachin Vaze engaged in with respect to the Republic Media Network and Arnab Goswami as the editor-in-chief, their bluff was called out and how. Sachin Vaze and Riaz Qazi, his confidant and comrade in arms, are today cooling their heels behind prison bars. Point number one. Point number two, I think one thing where you cannot, question the BJP is the fact that for us, na khaunga na khane dunga is not a mere slogan. It is an abiding work ethic. From having Vijay Mallya being declared bankrupt, from somebody who with a swagger was saying, to hell with the Indian cause, to now saying, I'm willing to pay not just 6,000 crore, but more than 9,000 crore, more than what I owe to the Indian bank, to the fact that Nirav Modi is in jail, and hopefully to the fact that soon Mehul Choksi will find himself on Indian shores. I think if you look at the Modi government's history, there is no place to hide for the corrupt, including the likes of Parambir Singh. And I think instead of asking the BJP a question or not, with no offense to you, you should be asking, why is it that despite knowing about the goings-on of Parambir Singh and Anil Deshmukh, who was his immediate boss by virtue of being the Home Minister of Maharashtra, what took the Maharashtra government so long to take the lid off Parambir Singh, who was indulging in blatant corruption with rampant impunity? I think it is the Shiva Sena, it is the NCP, it is the Congress which is currently in alliance by way of the Maha Vikas, the Maha Vasuli Agadi, which needs to answer the questions that you have asked of me.
Well, I mean, I would only say this, and maybe Ketan wants to respond, that even 10% of the allegations against Parambir are true, it casts a huge shadow over everything and his man Friday Sachin Vaze did. This is a very serious matter. This truly, and I'm sure Swapnil will endorse this, this is a violation of public faith, and therefore it is necessary to open up everything that he has done as a cop, whether as Thane Commissioner or Mumbai Commissioner. It's serious. There is a pattern here. The same groups of people, the same players, and the same pattern. Swapnil and Ketan, maybe you'd like to come in on this.
Yes, yeah. Arnab, Ketan, you might want to come in later. Let me answer this question.
2-minute submission. No, Swapnil, let me put my point across. It's just a little point. I broadly feel that this whole thing about your cop versus my cop should end. Okay, we should stop doing politics over whose cop it is, because it's the same Parambir Singh whom the BJP was defending a while ago, and it's the same Vaze who belonged to the party in power during his suspension days. Okay, so I'm being absolutely forthright that if you really want an independent inquiry, and if the ruling dispensation at the center feels that ED and CBI are independent agencies, then they should investigate this matter, because it's so murky. It's so murky, and furthermore it is divided into camps, because when Parambir Singh was attacking
No, it's not which matter. No, my point is
yet absolved of all the charges.
May I ask you one question? No,
So
but Ketan, I have a counter to that, if I may. Ketan, justice must not just be done, it must be seen to be done.
That's right.
And you must look at it from the point of view of the victims of these duo. They had no respect for the criminal investigation process. It was reverse engineering. You fix a case, after that you fabricate the evidence, you bring the individual to their knees, right? And then you say, come and negotiate with them. That's what they tried to do with Dilip Chhabria.
What supports the alleged
I want to hear from Dilip Chhabria, and you say, case, I would say, no. What happens in a case like this is this. No. What happens in a case like this is the following. You run a reign of terror in India's financial capital. Anybody who has built their reputations or their organizations with hard work and effort is put under a shadow of fear that we will file any case against you and force you to negotiate with us. Right? So when you say case, I want to say which case. Every day there is a new case which comes up. about Parambir and Vaze, which is coming up because he's not sitting as Mumbai Commissioner now, right? Dilip, would you want to just broadly say before we go ahead the kind of modus operandi these people had, Dilip? You want to share that with our viewers?
Thank you for this opportunity.
And also, I want on this aspect, before you come in, Dilip, I want PK Jain to hear, no disrespect to you, Mr. Jain, but let me remind you, you had blind faith in these people. Even when the facts were against them, you were prejudiced against the truth. And so you also need to hear tonight.
What happened in Prashant
Dilip, please go on.
You had carried on a tirade against him. What happened in that case? Nothing much came out even after CBI came
That
out.
matter is under investigation of the CBI.
That's right.
The
So
matter is under investigation of the CBI.
You were
Excellent.
carrying out a tirade against Parambir Singh at that time.
No, 1 second. Listen to me.
What has come out in the last
Listen to me. You are defending Parambir today. Go on.
I am not
At your own.
defending, I'm only
One second. I'll tell you one thing. See, Mr. Jain. Mr. Jain, listen. I don't. Mr. Jain, 1 second. Listen to me. And don't worry. Don't get angry. You need to investigate, right?
You give me
You
my time
have
and
to realize the
after Dilip
seriousness
Chabria,
of the
please give me
situation
time.
out here. And Mr. Let me 1 second, Mr. Jain, I am completing a point right now. You need to hear from the way in which these people operate. And I believe, I'm telling you one thing. Dilip Chabria was threatened to pay 25 crores by Sachin Vaze and his CIU colleague Riaz Qazi to ensure his family does not go to jail. And now, let me tell you one thing. No, I don't want to be the person speaking about it. Everyone knows, Swapnil knows, that today, right, it is on record.
Absolutely.
It is on record that in the TRP case, Sachin Vaze was openly taking bribes. Openly.
Yes.
The Broadcast Audience Research Council, the rating agency paid a bribe in cash. It has been reported BARC paid 30 lakhs in cash to Sachin Vaze in the TRP case through a series of shell companies. The payments was made. Shell companies, extortion, bribes. You want to hear anything more? You still want to defend these people? As somebody who wore the uniform, you must say they are a blemish on the uniform. You must say they are a blemish on the uniform. But anyway, I guess you have your own compulsions to not say so.
They did not lodge any complaints.
May I?
Well, you know, Mr. This is not sounding good. Dilip, please. Dilip.
So,
Dilip,
you know,
yes,
it is true that our belief in the Mumbai police, which was a stellar force all these years, I mean, the last 30 years, I've interacted with the top honchos of the police department. And, you know, with whatever our films portray them, I used to actually be the biggest defender of them because I've never faced any harassment or any extortion whatsoever. And of course, that was a rude awakening for me when this thing happened. But you know, what is very surprising is that, of course, the police have the prerogative to put whatever sections they want because they don't want to give you notice. But you know, the question is, 1 month before I was arrested, I have complained to the police department, including the office of Mr. Parambir Singh, of the misdemeanors of my partner. And then he sets up a henchman to complain against me. Obviously, there was a quid pro quo between Parambir Singh and him. And I am actually ambushed from my office, a person who has got over 5 million followers. And I mean, I didn't know what I was in for. And imagine the front henchman who has complained about the dual registration of the car. We have not even sold the car to him. It was my ex-partner who I had a dispute with, sold the car to him so that he could lodge a complaint against me. I mean, it's so absurd that the Mumbai police should actually have gone into
what a scandal.
Should have gone into the antecedents of the case before they arrest someone like me. Not only that, I mean, it's absolutely shocking that they closed my unit for 4 months and they have the gall to say that they never closed it. So all the 200 people, all the customers are mute testimony to not having closed. I mean, come on, that's not done. I mean, you have the imprints of the closure all over the place. In fact, they have extorted my customers who wanted the cars back. I have proof of that. Not only that, I mean, when my sister got anticipatory bail, she was still arrested. They didn't know that she got anticipatory bail. And then they booked her into the Kapil Sharma case, where she was not even a party to it. Obviously, all these, and incidentally, you know, because of the new FIR with Ravi Pujari, I was extorted by Mr. Ravi Pujari some years back. I'm revealing that for the first time because I didn't know there was a connection with Parambir Singh. So obviously, this goes a long way. I mean, this was a design that they had from a couple of years back. This is what I can assume. I mean, I have made India proud. I have designed the world's best cars for car manufacturers across the globe. I mean, can you name any other Indian company which has done a creative brand? Sorry.
No, the speciality of Parambir was exactly this, and I can see today, Swapnil, that even Parambir Singh's supporter like PK Jain is watching with deep concern. Deep concern. He may for posturing continue to support Parambir Singh. And Sachin Waze also. He used to support Sachin Waze also. He may suppose Riaz Qazi also. But
I am a police officer. I will speak out whenever the police department is attacked unnecessarily. You have a fair criticism, I can understand.
True.
But you single out one officer
now
and
there
then
is
you want me to call his protector is wrong.
A question is, it's not about. I think
instead of making insinuations, please give me my time.
Mr. Jain, of course I'll give you your time. Of course I will give you your time, but we must figure out what we are talking about. We must first understand the ramifications of something like this. Matters on which the Supreme Court have already made some fairly serious observations. I think I would like Swapnil to address the issue of the ramifications of institutionalized cases like this. That this is not audacity, this is not about a single act of corruption. This is about multiple dozens of cases, all of which reek of the same pattern. I think that is the point we need to highlight it. This is not, let me tell you, police officers do police forces proud. But Mr. Jain, never take a bad example to make a good case. Never do that. Okay? So I want Swapnil to respond and you're free to come in after that. Please debate with Swapnil. Yes, Swapnil.
Yes. Arnab, first and foremost, the most important issue is that what Mr. Parambir Singh did was, without conducting an investigation into the TRP case, came out with a press conference which he ought not to have done at that point in time, because the investigation was not conducted, and he named a channel, that is your channel, when it was not even present in that FIR. That is the first and the biggest goof up made by him. It is a legal flaw, there is no question about it, and that is something which will go very, very badly as far as his conduct, overall conduct as a police officer or as the person at the helm of affairs is concerned. Number two is that what Mr. Waze did, that he came out with a case which was already dead, the abetment to suicide case, and you were very unceremoniously arrested without any legal basis, and for which the Supreme Court gave a very, very fantastic judgment. Now, obviously, Mr. Waze has been dismissed from service under Article 311 because of the many flaws and the many cases that were there against him, including the Antilia case. Now, if this case also translates along with the other FIRs, goes back to Parambir Singh somewhere or the other, then obviously the SIT which has been formed by Mr. Nagrale 2 days ago to look into the FIRs will definitely warrant him to make out a case for dismissal of Mr. Singh also under Article 311. Because that is the next step that they have to take, because there are too many cases that this person does not need to wear the uniform ever again. And that is the conclusion that they may have to come to if the evidence is overwhelming against Mr. Singh. Now, as far as the Supreme Court's observation and the ramifications are concerned, it's a clear-cut indication that if the criminal justice system cannot be weaponized to distress and to dishevel innocent people and to have 1,000 hours of unnecessary investigation, trying to bring in people one after the other, and that to do a grueling witch hunt. Now, apart from this, what is most important is that it is great of Mr. Nagrale to conduct this, to have this SIT. What I would suggest for them to do is that if there was a false case against Republic TV, which it was, because they would be having overwhelming evidence as far as they are concerned, and they would have dug deep. Otherwise, they would have never set out this SIT in the first place. The first thing that they need to do is to withdraw their case from the Bombay High Court very clearly, because they need to say that the two officers who were investigating this case, one who's already dismissed from service and the other one who is no longer the Commissioner of Police, under whose tutelage Mr. Vaze was acting, whether out of commission or omission. Because ultimately, if as the boss, you are responsible for what your underlings are doing. Now, be that as it may, it is very clear that they need to withdraw that case, as simple as that. Otherwise, that case by itself suffers from a lot of infirmity, as I would call it, as a fruit of the poisonous tree. Because when the tree itself is poisonous, anything which stems out of that is poisonous, which is what we call as a fruit. And because that is poisonous, that case completely lacks any legal validity or significance, in my opinion. And that is something which any lawyer who is out of law school will tell you that, much less a very senior lawyer like me. So all these cases that you're bringing out today, the SIT being formed, is a clear indication that nothing was proper as far as the administration of law and order was concerned when it was under the behest of Mr. Parambir Singh. There may have been some of his achievements as far as the COVID cases were concerned, or handling of that is concerned, but these are definitely blots and blemishes. So this is something which the SIT needs to look into very seriously. And if there is overwhelming evidence, and Mr. Jain himself will agree with me because he's worn the uniform earlier as well, that if there are certain issues which are unpalatable, then those have to be extricated for the overwhelming or for the overarching reputation of the Mumbai police, which so far has been untainted. And now the Mumbai police is trying to ensure that it gets back to its lost glory, and I'm very happy about it.
Yes, absolutely. I'll give Mr. Jain his say. I'm glad you looked at the larger picture. I think the question, Mr. Jain, is also about restoring public confidence. Yes, please. Mr. Jain and Saurabh Shah is also there, Deshrata Nigam. Mr. Jain.
Yeah. My issue is only that it is all a question of politicization of the police force. Mr. Parambir Singh was the blue-eyed boy of the BJP government when he was CP Thane. He was promoted, posted as DG Anti-Corruption Bureau, and after that he was made CP of Mumbai City during the current dispensation. So basically he has been, all the governments have been in his favor. Now today he has fallen out with the government on some issue because he has made allegations against a minister, and the minister had to vacate his chair. And there has been a big upheaval in the government. So today it is a game of only hunting a particular individual officer. I have no brief. Just a minute, please let me complete. I have no brief. I am not holding any brief for either the government or for Parambir Singh. What I am trying to say is that there are 6 cases which I see which are being reported every day in the newspapers. 3 of them are when he was CP Mumbai, and 3 of them are when he was CP Thane. Now all these cases, complaints have been made. I don't know whether they've been made, but the people have been charged under MCOCA. People have been, they have spent a lot of time in jail. They have undergone the judicial scrutiny. They have been, one of them was in jail for 14 months, another was in jail for 40 days.
No.
Now, if the police has arrested somebody unduly and they have made out a case in the court,
1 second.
Please listen to me. Give me some time. Give me some time. I said, give me some time. I have been very patiently listening to everybody else. So please don't interrupt me. I'm saying is that all these people have been put through a judicial scrutiny. They have been. Why don't you want to listen to me? Why do you want to listen to me? You are unnecessarily trying to disturb me when I'm trying to speak. You are free to make a point. When you are speaking, I never interfered in any.
Or not, this is not done. Let me know what I say.
It is not done means what? You allow me to speak first. You allow me to speak first. I'm giving you the facts. There are 6 cases against him. There are 6 complaints. What lies there? What lies there? Was he not a CP? Was he not CP Thane during your dispensation? Were there not complaints against him earlier? Despite that he was promoted, posted.
Are you a spokesperson of the Congress, or are you?
I am nobody's spokesman. I am nobody. You are a spokesperson of a party. I am not a spokesperson. I am giving you the facts and figures as a police officer. Listen to me first. There are FIRs against so many ministers. Where are the FIRs going?
I'd like to.
What happened to the
Mr. Jain. Mr. Jain. Mr. Jain.
There are so many FIRs.
Mr. Jain.
It's only the beginning of an investigation.
Mr. Jain.
The investigation be completed. Yes, please.
Mr. Jain, 1 minute.
She is not even allowing me.
Mr. Jain, 1 minute. Before you respond, Sanju. Sanju, before you continue, I want to intervene, and I want to take on one point that Mr. Jain said. One second, let's not get personal, please, with each other. And it's a very serious case, and a lot of people are watching tonight. I want to stop you from getting personal. No, you are speaking. You are speaking on behalf of yourself, nobody else. My point is, see, Sanju, we have time. I'm actually extending this debate. Just give me a minute. Give me a minute. No, give me a minute. As I call on Shravan to come back to the debate, I want to just make one point. In my view, Deshratan Nigam, you're the lawyer. Saurabh Shah, you're the senior journalist. You have seen more of life than I have. The question, however, is where I disagree with PK Jain is the fact that he says 3 extortion cases of Parambir were as Thane Commissioner, 3 were as Mumbai Commissioner. First of all, let me tell you, multiple cases are coming and are coming out every day. I don't think we can say, oh, 3 cases were when Congress, BJP was in power, 3 cases was when Congress or Shiv Sena was in power, and hence it neutralizes each other. The fact is, was there an offense? No, you can't tell me.
Actual information.
No, you may give me a factual figure, but that's not the way people look at it. That's not the way it should be looked at. It doesn't matter. 1 minute. Dilip Chabria, who's on the program.
I said I have nothing against.
Sir, 1 minute. The complaints are coming. My question is, I'm sure there will be justice. My question is, Deshratan Nigam is here. Deshratan Nigam.
Let us talk of the Maharashtra.
Dilip Chabria was told. Dilip, I hope you don't mind if I tell the full story today, because I've heard it from you verbatim. Dilip Chabria was told, Deshratan Nigam, that he will die in jail. Dilip Chabria was told, give me 25 crores or he will die in jail. I don't think Vaze could have asked him that question without knowing that he has the overall tutelage of Parambir. All of Vaze's power was coming from Parambir. Parambir appointed Vaze. They were working in concert. Dilip, you want to tell, am I wrong? Were you not told you will die in jail? We'll make sure you die in jail? Was that not told to you?
He fulfilled his promise of filing an FIR every 15 days till such time he was arrested. And that's one reason why I was released. Otherwise, I was destined to be in jail for years. And obviously, because of
Can you believe that?
I'm 66 years old, and he alluded to the fact that I'll never get out. You know, things. I mean, I don't want to say much more, but
that's blackmail. So, Shravan, you see that? Deshratan Nigam, that's what I call blackmail.
Yes. First, then a blackmailer.
Yes, please.
People are wondering whether this man is a cop or a criminal. He has destroyed the lifetime earning of goodwill and reputation of many people. And we have grown up, appreciating Mr. Dilip Chabria. And we have seen his designs, car designs, and we used to love it. And as a child, I remember as a teenager and child, and I used to see his design. And then he has
I designed for world car makers.
Yes, I know. I'm aware of that.
Thank you.
And especially, the variety of crimes that this person is involved: extortion, bookies, robbery, arms act. This is just the tip of the iceberg. And let me tell you, and I'm in touch with many IPS officers who are part of IPS associations. They are wondering whether he should have been an IPS or not. In fact, they are ashamed. I'm on record saying that I know many IPS officers and they are ashamed of him. And this kind of a gangster, appears to be more like an underworld don. You can't, he should not be excused. He should be stripped. I'm sure the conduct rules are also looking at him very seriously.
I would like Deshratan, please tell me how he will be stripped. You have to.
He will be in due course of time.
The process.
There is a process.
Is to go through.
There is a process.
We will
allow me to complete.
Brother.
Sanjay, allow me to complete. Don't interrupt. And please remember what happened in the TRP case. What he did in the TRP case and the landmark judgment of the Supreme Court is an eye-opener for everybody. Sanjay, you being a lawyer, don't defend him. He's a tainted
I'm not defending.
cop.
I'm defending the law.
He's a tainted
I'm
cop.
saying
Please remember
we should
that.
go. We have to follow
How can
path.
it be overlooked? How can the standard operating procedure of lodging and fake FIRs can be overlooked by so many people? I am rather surprised. Does he have political patronage out there? So all these questions are
Yes,
very, very
this
important.
has to be seen.
You have
As
to restore
what
the confidence and
Mr.
faith of
Jain
the
said,
people.
who
judicial
Arnab
system, in
said
the criminal
that Vazeh
system.
was acting on behalf of what you call Mr. Singh. Now then, on whose behalf Mr.
They
Singh
are
was
hand in
acting?
gloves. They are hand in gloves, and Mr. Deshmukh had to resign. Please remember
As
till what level it is going.
Sanju was shouting so much.
I would
Honorable Mr.
I would say
she was shouting.
Sanjay, 1 minute. Just coming to you, Sanju.
Who appointed Parambir?
Sanjay, when we introspect on this specific matter, Sanju, 1 minute. Just a minute, Sanju. I'm just coming to you. When we introspect on this specific matter, first let me underscore, Shravan, that I think the rule of law will prevail. The procedure must be followed, right? We are believers in the rule of law. But I think the point I'd like Shravan to, and he's reported in Mumbai for a long time, is what is the larger picture which is emerging right now? You know, the present Mumbai police force is having a tough time actually looking at all this. I think they have inherited, all these cases, and they have a lot of blemishes actually which they have to undo. And I think the larger picture is to be picked up. It's not one case. I'm talking about a systemic issue, Shravan. This is India's financial capital. You can't have,
in fact,
any level of opportunism go to this extent where a group of officers chosen by each other who work in tandem can run riot in the city. I think the systemic issue is being missed here, Shravan.
Absolutely.
In fact, I am also shocked, Arnab, by...
Arnab, I have covered the Mumbai police for over a decade. I've covered the Mumbai police for a decade, and this is what, Arnab, if you permit me, I would like to take this to Mr. P.K. Jain also. Mr. P.K. Jain, put your hand on your heart and say that you aren't pained by seeing what has happened to the Mumbai police because of one man. Tell me honestly, Mr. P.K. Jain, ask your fellow IPS officers with whom I speak to on a daily basis how pained they are because Mr. P.K. Jain, let me just tell you, just like Mr. Chhabria, there are several other people who may not have the wherewithal to come out in the open and today speak about what they have essentially gone through. Let me tell you, I've spoken to them and I can tell you, rule of law has been thrown out of the window. He's been thrown out of the window. For the longest time, Mumbai police was known as a force to reckon with, but today the reputation was ruined because of one man and his extortion gang. And let me also answer this question, Mr. P.K. Jain, when you said that shouldn't we look at this entire case, the extortion cases which are now being registered against Mr. Singh with some sort of skepticism, then I think so we are being very foolhardy here simply because of one fact. Today these people are coming out. If today a Sonu Jalal, a Ketan Tanna, or for that matter, Mr. Agarwal, they are coming out because now they are not fearful, because there was sort of a sense of fear in Mumbai police when it was being run by Mr. Singh. Everyone was afraid because everyone knew calls would come from gangsters like Ravi Pujari, and Mr. Chhabria today has made such a big revelation when he's saying that there was extortion. He was being extorted by Mr. Ravi Pujari, and today an FIR has been registered against Parambir Singh along with none other than gangster Ravi Pujari. And please tell me, Mr. P.K. Jain,
Ravi Pujari.
How many Mumbai police commissioners face such grievous charges? Such grave charges. How many Mumbai police commissioners?
See, you are very right in saying, Shravan, when I say this thing, I am really pained to see the reputation of the police department having gone to dogs. This is not the first time it has happened. There was a rape case on the Marine Drive, which put the entire Mumbai police to shame. There was another case subsequently where a Mumbai police commissioner was arrested, but subsequently that FIR against him was quashed. Now, this is the third time that very serious charges have been made against the police commissioner and the officers who were working against him. If they have done something wrong, Sachin Vazeh, it has been proved already, he's been dismissed from service. 2 other officers have been dismissed. If Parambir Singh has done something and it is proven as per the investigation, the strongest possible action should be taken against him also. I have no qualms about punishing a dirty and guilty police officer. The only thing is that the investigation and a fair investigation has to prove that. But what I'm trying to say is that eventually
Mumbai police is a good police and a professional police, and people like Parambir put it to shame. Please understand that.
Allegations are always made against officers. He's got a 50,000 strong police force to control. So if today an officer gets up and says that he was given a wrong instruction, it is something an investigation.
No, on that I want Saurabh Shah to come in, PK Jain, with you. I think Saurabh Shah is coming in. Sanju, I'm just coming to you after Saurabh because Saurabh Shah has not spoken. From my side, I'll just say one thing, which Saurabh Shah you can highlight as well. That the worst thing anyone can do in the police is fabrication of evidence and falsification of fact. That's the worst thing you can do. And that is what has been done in these cases. Saurabh.
Certainly. Arnab, this is actually a tip of the iceberg, the latest development in Parambir Singh's case. Just wait for 2 days or 2 months. There are going to be much more than these cases against Parambir Singh. What Mr. Jain and other people are missing, that who was backing Parambir Singh, I would say Lutyens media, and he was exposed. Parambir Singh was exposed when he took a press conference in TRP case against you and Republic. Who was going to be benefited by that TRP case? Naturally, Lutyens media was going to be benefited because they were hurt by the rise of Republic. Lutyens media is the biggest beneficiary of Parambir Singh's TRP case. They could not arrest you in TRP case. That's why he brought Sachin Waze and that suicide abetment to suicide case to arrest you. I must congratulate you, Arnab, because आज जो कुछ भी हो रहा है परमबीर के बारे में, अगर रिपब्लिक एंड अर्नब गोस्वामी वो अगर हिम्मत न दिखाते तो आज ल्यूटियंस मीडिया की जीत हुई होती। रिपब्लिक को नष्ट करने के लिए ल्यूटियंस मीडिया थ्रू परमबीर सिंह जो कुछ भी किया गया है वो सच में साबित हो गया होता अगर तो आपने और रिपब्लिक ने ये हिम्मत नहीं दिखाई होती। एंड दिस इज़ अ लेसन फॉर ऑल द ऑनेस्ट मीडिया पीपल कि अगर आपको कुछ भी आपत्ति आ जाए, चाहे पुलिस से आए, चाहे अंडरवर्ल्ड से आए, चाहे कहीं पर भी से आए, इफ़ यू आर एन ऑनेस्ट जर्नलिस्ट, इफ़ यू आर एन ऑनेस्ट मीडिया मैन, फाइट बैक, जस्ट फाइट बैक। एंड अर्नब, अभी तो परमबीर सिंह का पाप का घड़ा भरने वाला है। आगामी 1 हफ्ते 2 हफ्ते या 2 महीने में इतने सारे केस परमबीर के, he will not be out of Taloja jail for his lifetime. The way he threatened Mr. Dilip Chhabria, an honest businessman. वही अंजाम परमबीर सिंह का होगा, सचिन वाजे का होगा, प्रदीप शर्मा का होगा और उसके साथ जो भी कोई जुड़ा हुआ है वो सबका होगा। अर्नब,
but you know, just one thing, Sanju. I'm now going to Sanju. Sanju, just one thing before I come to you. Viewers, please note, there is a channel which before Parambir's press conference in the TRP case already put out a tweet. They were so excited they knew. They were working together, Shavan. They were so excited. So excited. Among them is one channel which owes its existence to me. They were so excited. They said, big revelation. They were so excited. They were so excited. They were working together, joint venture with Parambir Singh. Today, viewers, they have blacked out the news about the 4th FIR on Parambir. It's for you to find out who these people are. And it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate that a channel which owes its existence to me has also joined the journalistic sewage of Lutyens media. Yes, Sanju.
Arnab, I like the usage of the term Lutyens sewage. You know, I feel very happy when we debate this because I feel that it's come up and redemption time for somebody as fearless as Arnab Goswami. But more than that, coming to the moot point, I think something which Shravan said and you also mentioned, and I think Swapnil Kothari put it very succinctly. This is about a systemic failure. Let's try to stuff things under the carpet. And I think Saurabh also made some very interesting points. For everyone who's questioning the BJP, since I'm here as a political representative, you have every right to question the Sattadhari ruling party of the day. But I have a problem, though I have a lot of respect for Ketan Vaidya. When you do not question the fact that despite being dismissed from service in 2004 for the custodian death of Khwaja Yunus, who was involved in the Ghatkopar blast, what for Uddhav Thackeray and Shiv Sena to appoint Sachin Waze as their official spokesperson in 2008. I have a problem when P.K. Jain, who's respected in his own right, does not answer the question as to why was Parambir Singh made the Mumbai Police Commissioner not by the BJP but by the Thackeray-led NDA dispensation in February 2020. I have a problem when the panelists sitting here do not have the guts to ask why was Sachin Waze, despite such a checkered track record, made the head of the
I have been raising all these matters, if you're aware of it. I've been raising all these matters.
So the problem is, please have the guts to call out politicians, but in this case, you need to call out the Shiva Sena, the NCP, and the Congress. Please remember one thing, I'll just say a short thing. Arnab, you know, you can castigate the BJP. I don't expect everybody to sing pains about the BJP. But why was Sachin Waze sent to jail and he will rot there for the longest time? Do you know that? And Arnab should know this because he asked me a question whether BJP is supporting Parambir Singh. The NIA, and I'm sure Swapnil will know this, the NIA used its special powers under Article 311 2B of the Constitution to ensure that not only was Sachin Waze dismissed but sent to prison. So please give BJP credit where it is due. Thank you.
Yeah, also give BJP credit of Mr. Parambir appointing him as Thane's commissioner. Who appointed him as Thane's commissioner? Honorable BJP only. The political party for which Sanjuji is speaking.
Swapnil and Ketan.
Yeah, Arnab, I reiterate this point that what is most important here is not whether BJP is blue-eyed boy or the Congress is blue-eyed boy. What is more important is that he is the blue-eyed boy of the citizen of this state, of the people of which he was the police commissioner. Second most important point that I reiterate very firmly and very assertively is to spare the time that Mr. Nagrale and his team should withdraw that case of TRP in the Bombay High Court simply because that case is going to beat its fate. I'm absolutely certain that that case will not go anywhere head along, just as Anvay Naik's case will not go ahead simply because the Supreme Court's order is very, very broad and is giving a complete direction to the Bombay High Court, which is in which the case is sub judice as to how to go about it. So as far as the TRP case is concerned, it will be a complete waste of time for any of the investigating agency, whether it's the police, CBI, whoever it is. I'm not saying that CBI is in there, but it is the Mumbai police which is doing it. It will be a complete waste of time. And what I disagree with Mr. P.K. Jain here is that Mr. Jain, what we are looking at is a very, very systemic rot. Is a very systemic issue today. What I am aghast and appalled with, Mr. Jain, let me finish. Mr. Jain, I haven't finished my point. Just give me 1 minute.
You don't only look at the rotten politics, look at the rotten politics also.
Mr. Jain, just
look
give
at
me
the
1
rotten
minute.
politics your home minister
Mr. Jain,
and the leagues are going to.
Please give me 1 minute.
So why are we talking about only one organization? Why are we talking only about one organization and isolated? There are the systemic rot in the systemic rot in police as well as politics.
This is not to try
and
to
secondly, you said about the withdrawal of
as
the
a
case.
politicization.
Now the case cannot be withdrawn under the four corners of law. It has to go through the judicial process. It cannot. You are repeatedly making a point that Mr. Nagrale should withdraw the case. Mr. Nagrale cannot do it because with whatever evidence, whether it is fabricated or false or true, the case has gone to the court. Now it is for the court to make.
Whether fabricated. Whether fabricated.
I'll tell you the legal point behind it.
Whether fabricated.
Mr. Jain, I'm a person of the law. I'm a man of the law. You may not like my suggestion.
Even
I am. Suggestion that it's up to the police. It's up to the police what to do and what not to do. It is my suggestion simply because the case, when it was investigated by two officers, one of whom is no longer in service and the other one who is no longer a police commissioner, who is facing several FIRs. As I said, it's fruit of a poisonous tree. I don't want to dwell much upon the TRP case. I want to look at a larger issue which I was coming to, which is a systemic rot, where what happened is that when these cases of Mr. Singh, when his petitions or his applications went before the Bombay High Court, they were dismissed straight away. What I have not liked is that the highest officer of the court is dismissing.
Yeah, I'd like Deshratan also to come in.
Officer of the police. That is what I have not liked. It
No,
does not
I think
bode well at all for any state. If you understand the gravity of that, then I don't want to say anything further.
I want to make one point, Deshratan Nigam. Just one point. I know that Parambir and Waze obviously must have collaborated with a lot of the people in the media, but I think, Saurabh Shah, it is the responsibility of the media to look at the bigger picture. They don't have to have a guilty conscience because they used to work with Sachin Waze and Parambir. Let's forget that. They worked with them. But still today, it would be dangerous to ignore and say we are going to black out all the details of what Sachin Waze and Parambir allegedly did, because once there was a time when we worked with them, so the finger will point at us if we talk about what they did. I think more reason for them to talk about it. What do you think, Saurabh Shah?
No. Let me answer, Arnab.
Yes,
in fact,
of course.
on your own program, I have said
Arnab,
that they have abdicated their responsibility.
The
Their
biggest
code of ethics has
biggest
gone down
beneficiary
to dogs.
of
In fact, the Lutyens media has no
biggest
place to show.
beneficiary
And
of
therefore, it is very, very
TRP case
important
was the
that
rival
the
channel.
media remains united.
You are not
Media
naming,
remains
and
united
nobody need to
and
name that.
expose these people. These are very dangerous times for democracy, where people's faith in the institution, which takes care of the law and order, and finally, punishing the culprits is shaken. And therefore, I think this is the time where, whether it is any channel, and I'm not taking names, but the fact remains that they must come on the same platform and speak on the issues which are very dear to the people. If we don't have faith on the police,
absolutely,
then I'm sure the underworld will take over and the police will be a mute spectator.
What I will add one line to
absolutely,
and I totally agree with what Deshratan has said. I would say that that is the more reason that we need a thorough investigation in the matters, so that the culprits should be punished. That is what is the need of the hour, and that will also change the reputation of the police, which is very, very necessary at this point of time. Arnab, you have rightly said so.
It's you who is the Goliath today.
Well, thank you very much. Shrishti Sengupta says, hello Arnab sir, karma has its own way. It's coming in a circle now. Thank you very much, Shrishti. She says, may God keep showering his blessing on you and the network. Thank you very much. Rishabh Singh says, many skeletons are going to stumble out of the cupboard. Shame on the Lutyens media, who were the cheerleaders of Waze, are today silent on Paramgate. Thank you very much, Rishabh, for your feedback. And viewers, the truth will come out. And when it comes out, it's not just going to come out in a torrent. There'll be a tsunami of truth which will come out. I'll see you soon. Thank you for watching. Good night and goodbye.